Let's see. Oh, there I am. Hello, hello. Hi, hello, everybody. Hopefully we get some people hopping on here with me tonight. This is a totally casual thing. I just thought I wanted to hang out with people. I just wanted to hang out. I wanted to chat. So I thought, why not hop on live and see if anyone hops on with me? Okay, let me see here. How am I going to share this? Let me get in. Let me share it real quick. Let me see if anybody hops on with me. And then we'll get to hanging out. Let me see. How do I do all the things? And then we'll get to hanging out. That's me. Okay, I'm going to share it. I know this part's boring when I'm looking down at my phone, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, come hang out with me and make me feel less lonely. Come hang out. Come hang out with me. Okay, hopefully some people hop on. Oh, shows one person's here. Is that me? I never know if it shows yourself or not. So guys, I'm still learning how to do this. If you're here, if you're with me, please leave a comment. Let me know. Yeah, like I said, this is totally chill. I just was sitting here by myself, and instead of sitting by myself, I thought I could sit here with you. I did kind of want to talk about Michael Chandler's loss a little bit. Kind of wanted to go over that. I'm right in the middle of watching Handmaid's Tale, so if anybody is watching that also, I would love to chat about that. But yeah, it's just going to be kind of totally casual. So let me go ahead and share this. Whoops. Don't even know what I'm clicking on, guys. And then we'll get started. I might also have some of my Bloody Canvas family join me here in a minute. I did invite them. So I would love if they wanted to hop on. I just told them last minute, though, so I don't know for sure, but we will see. Going to share this. Okay, that's great. So nobody's on here yet, so I'll just sit and talk to myself and see if anybody shows up. This is what's so awkward about live, because then also the video is going to be saved to my channel. So I can't just sit here like silent, seeing if anybody... lost my water. Seeing if anybody shows up. Oh, it went up to 2. I was sitting here by myself for a second trying to decide what I'm going to talk about. Welcome, welcome. I definitely wanted to talk about Michael Chandler's loss this weekend. I'm going to go over that a little bit. But if you guys are here with me, if you're watching, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm pretty much open to talk about anything. Yeah, so if there's something you want to bring up to me, feel free to do it. But I'm going to start talking about Chandler's loss, how it affected me. It didn't affect me that much, but I did run my mouth on social media quite a bit. I have been on the Chandler train for about a solid year now, believing all the hype, feeding into all the hype, learning more about him, who he is as a person. Hello, Notorious. Learning about who he is as a fighter. And you guys, I've been running my mouth. I said, even knowing that Charles Oliveira is one of the greatest ever, I just freaking believed that Chandler could do it. I really did. And I'm not disappointed. Obviously, in the very first round, he could have finished it. I thought that, you know, that said a lot to him. He did not finish it, but he easily could have. So I thought that said a lot about him. I wasn't terribly devastated with how the fight went down. I did want him to win. But one of the things that I like about Chandler so much, and one of the things that I'm looking forward to, is that I haven't chosen who my favorite fighter is yet. I don't have a favorite, like a diehard favorite. I have, you know, the fighters who I enjoy watching, I enjoy following. I have, you know, some of the very first fighters that I learned about, they mean so much to me because they're kind of helped fueled my excitement for the sport. So I have a lot of fighters that mean a lot to me, but I don't have my favorite yet. And I've been on the lookout for my favorite. I see the potential that Chandler could become my favorite. And so I think that's what I'm holding on to, that hope. I'm so intently focused on him because I could see him easily becoming my favorite, all-time favorite ever. So I want to talk about why I think he could be my favorite, and then also why the loss, I didn't take it as bad as I did. To me, a lot of times, Khabib is thrown in there in the conversation about the GOATs, as he should be. He is definitely one of the GOATs that is without a fact, okay? But something that is very important to me and something that my favorite fighter needs to have is a loss on their record. I have got to be able to see how you handle a loss, especially if you're going to be a champion, if you're going to be a champion fighter. It means a lot to me to see how you handle a loss. And Khabib, I mean, he hasn't really given us that opportunity. So hats off to him. But that's one of the reasons why why I don't consider him one of my favorites. I feel like I need to be able to see my favorite handle all these different situations, how they handle it, how they come out, how they rise above a loss, how they handle it. So in the back of my head, this whole time, I had said, if Chandler loses to Oliveira, first of all, no disrespect in that loss whatsoever. Oliveira is one of the absolute best, and he deserved the title at this time, I believe. So what I had meant was, if this was his loss, I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing how he handled it. I really was. And what I've seen so far is exactly what I expected him from. It's exactly what I love to see from a fighter. It's what I believe how a champion should act. So all those things have just kind of fueled. So this loss for Chandler has actually kind of fueled my curiosity, you guys. Is he going to be my favorite? Could you see him becoming my favorite? For me, when I choose a GOAT or when I choose a favorite, it's not just based off their fighting ability. It's not just based off their style, their record, any of that kind of stuff. To me, my favorite, you have to be the whole package. You have to have all the things. In Chandler, I see a lot of those things in him. So who knows, guys? He might be my favorite. Like I said, I was looking forward to seeing him handle a loss in the UFC. Thank you, Notorious. They say Chandler has lost 3 times in a row before, but he came back stronger. So yes, Chandler has had quite the career already. He's a 3-time Bellator champion. He has been through it, and that's something else that I'm definitely taking into consideration. But I was looking forward to seeing how he handled his first loss in the UFC. Let me take a drink here. Break your chains. He said, it's Richard Kong here on Twitter. That adversity you're talking about is huge. It's too easy to root for someone who never loses. Yeah, it's why when people tell me Khabib, and I'm just using Khabib because he is such a strong example of this. I also use John Jones sometimes. Those men as fighters are and Khabib also maybe as a person, they're all around, they're great. But when you haven't lost in the UFC, when you're somebody like Khabib who's always on the top, I think, well, yeah, that's easy for anybody to choose that to be your favorite fighter. And if that is your favorite fighter, I'm not talking shit. Like, by all means, that is your right. And you that's fine for you. I'm saying for me personally, if I'm going to stand somebody so hard that they are my absolute favorite fighter, like you guys, I don't have one yet. I can't think of a single fighter that I would like defend tooth and bone for. I can't I don't have that. I just don't have that yet. And I want it. I do. But I'm also not going to, I feel like once I choose my favorite fighter also, and I know I'm making such a big deal about this, bigger than it needs to be, but when I choose my favorite fighter, I feel like they're going to be my favorite fighter probably for the rest of my life. I'm not saying I can't have another one. I just know myself that once I call somebody a favorite, like once they're in my heart like that, it's over. And it takes a little bit to get there. So I think it could be Chandler. The lightweight division is so stacked right now, so many big storylines. Yeah, that's another thing. Everyone's talking about the timing. You know, when we watched Embedded, even for this last fight countdown, everybody made such a big focus on the timing for Chandler. As soon as, you know, the right door is just opening it up at the right time in the UFC for him. But I kind of tend to disagree with that a little bit because it is so stacked. And that's why so many people said, no, you have something to prove, because in the UFC, he is up against the best right now, the best of the best. So timing as far as him coming in right when Khabib had left, like, yeah, that was all great. And that all worked out really well for him. But if you look at it from the other side, we are stacked right now. There are so many incredible fighters. There's so many fighters in his division who, like Oliveira, he's been here. He had worked a long time, you know, to get to this point. He was deserving of winning the title. So I don't know. Is it a good time or is it not? We're going to find out. Chandler says he'll have the belt around his waist in the next 12 months. In this division, I think that's a lot to ask for. I don't think that it won't happen. I'm just saying that's definitely something to take into consideration. Let's see. Any other thoughts on Chandler? Anybody in the chat, what did you guys think? Notorious, you said, are you familiar with his Bellator career? You know, saying he's lost 3 times in a row and he came back stronger from it. That's honestly what I expected from Chandler. I expected if he lost this weekend to still handle it like a true champ. I expected nothing but respect. And that's exactly what he gave us. So like I said, that was something that I was kind of looking forward to seeing, is how he handled that loss. So we'll see. No shame for him, like I said, and congrats to Oliveira. He really did deserve it. But Chandler, I'm on the lookout. I'm watching him like a hawk. I have a feeling, guys. I have a feeling he could end up being my favorite. We'll see. More to come later. I'll fill you in on all that. But yeah, I can't wait to say, when people ask me like, well, who's your favorite fighter? I can't wait to say, oh, Michael Chandler or whoever, and this is why, blah, 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 and be able to back all of it up. I had told one of my friends the other day that it's like a dream of mine to be able to talk nerdy about MMA. I want to be able to talk nerdy about it so bad. And when I say talk nerdy, I mean like, if you could carry on a conversation about anything, like, and just have the conversation flow, and you could talk about different people, and you guys know what I'm talking. If you could talk like that to people, you're nerdy about something, right? You're just nerdy about it, whatever it is. And I want to be nerdy about MMA. So I would love to be able to say, yes, this is my favorite fighter. This is all the reasons why. This is why mine's better than yours. And be able to talk nerdy about him someday. So we'll get there. Hi, Sin City Food Reviews. Thanks so much for hopping on. Breaker Chain says, I think if you do this fight again, it could go either way. It's a 50-50 fight, but both guys are so dangerous, they'd make it look dominant. Yeah, thank you for saying that, because I felt the same exact way. You know, if Chandler and Oliveira were to fight 10 times, how many times could Chandler take him? I don't know, guys. I agree. Could have gone 50-50. Tank says Connor is the next champ. Listen, I would love for Connor to be the next champ. Let's talk about Connor. Okay. Nothing against Dustin. I have no feelings towards him either way, but I have been a Connor fan for quite a while. So I would love to see Connor win in July. I would love to see it so much, you guys. I don't think it's happening. I really don't. I think Connor is distracted. I don't blame him. If I was in his position, I might be also. From what I see of Connor, he doesn't seem very focused on the fight. He has, like I said, a lot of distractions in his life, a lot of exciting things, and he's not, bunkered down in the gyms how he has been back earlier in his career. He'd be in a full fight camp probably already, and I'm not saying that he's not. He can do those things while he is traveling around the world, while he's globetrotting, while he's yachting, and taking shot Prop 12 at the beach and all these other things. Like, of course, he could still be training during that time, but I don't have a lot of hope. I really don't have a lot of hope. When you compare what Dustin has been doing and how he's been preparing and how Connor has, from what I've seen, I don't have a lot of hope, and it hurts my heart. It hurts. But it's a fight game, and Connor is who Connor is. Maybe he's so confident in his abilities. I don't know why up against Dustin at this point, but maybe he's so confident in his abilities he feels like he doesn't need to. I don't know. We'll see. The last Connor loss was really hard for our family. Not looking forward to going through that again. I hope he could pull it off, but if I had to bet on it, you guys, I would probably choose Dustin at this point. Thoughts, opinions? Does anybody agree with me? Do you disagree? I hope somebody disagrees. I hope somebody's like, no, you're wrong. Connor's been doing this. Connor will be doing that, and he's gonna remind us all why he's Connor. I hope you are correct. I don't want to see him done. He just brings so much excitement. He just does it like everybody else. I feel like there's people in the UFC trying to imitate him. I feel like Jake Paul tries to imitate him. And I feel like we've just been walking around with a bunch of fake Connors, and I'm over it. There is one Conor McGregor, okay? All right, you're not going to be him. You can't do it just like him. Try and get your own dang thing. I'm sorry. I hope that he comes out and he shows us the Conor that he is. I really do. I really do. Sin City Food Review says, nerdy about marijuana edibles. Hey, you got to be nerdy about something, right? I love that. I love that for you. I was just talking to another friend of mine earlier today about the infused restaurants that they have here in Vegas, where they infuse it into the food and it's supposed to be like a whole experience. I've never done that. Have you done that yet, Sin City Food Reviews? Have you done it? Huh? You got the Sin City Food Review channel. Let me know if you've done that. Connor can't afford another loss to P-Head Poirier. Yeah, I know. And what's going to happen if he does lose? What's going to happen, guys? Is he going to be done? I don't think so, but people will probably say, oh, he needs to be done. He's washed up. But if he is putting other things in his life ahead of fighting, which at this point, how could he not, you guys? He doesn't have to fight. That's the other thing. Connor doesn't have to fight anymore. He is free to do whatever he wants for the most part. And so there's a part of me that always feels like, okay, we get a Connor fight right now. Like, I need to appreciate it with my whole heart. And I know too, because he sat out for a long time. When he sat out, none of us really knew like what was going to happen with the belt. During that time, I really thought, well, is this the end? He doesn't have to come back. That could have been it, right? He definitely shows that drive though, that, and we know this about Connor, that it hasn't ever really been necessarily a job for him, but that it's something it's what he loves. And when these guys love this, it's not easy for them just to step away and stop, because, the fans, even the professionals, say that, okay, it's time. And we're experiencing that right now with Cowboy also. Connor will rematch Nate again. It is the #1 fight that I want. When people ask me all the time, if you could have any fight, what would you want? It has to be the trilogy between Connor and Nate for me. Both of those fights were very, very special for me. I was a Nate fan before I was a Connor fan. I adore both of them with my whole heart, and I'm sure it's because of how I feel about both of them, but there's no excitement for me compared to when Connor and Nate fight, and I need that rematch again. I need it so bad. I hope we get it. Gio, what's up? Thanks for hopping on. That's twice now tonight. Did you get my message? Gio was on. Guys, I was just on a live with Bloody Canvas. We did our picks video for the week with Vince Morales. If you guys haven't checked that out, please go do. We all sit down and choose, what we think who's going to win next week. And Gio popped in to say hi on that one also. So thanks, Gio. Quick hop on. At least you hopped on. It's okay. Let's see. I really wanted to see Nate versus Dustin too. There's so many incredible matchups in this division. And like we were talking about a little bit earlier with, with Chandler coming in, there's so many different things that could happen. And as a fan, I think that's what keeps it so exciting because, Dustin's part of the conversation right now. If he loses, and he's going to drop down a little bit more, and then somebody else is going to have their chance. And it's just this roller coaster. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I haven't listened yet. Check out Bloody Canvas, y'all. Yeah, go check out that picks video that we did today with Vince. It's always great sitting down to talk with him. And him and I are going to try and work on meeting up in person also. So hopefully we get something planned out soon. I'll be filming some content around Vince for my own channel. Really, really looking forward to that, you guys. I had already wanted to start going into some of the MMA gyms around town and kind of introducing myself and trying to build a relationship with them. And Vince is, he's a fighter. He's already doing all of it. And I am just so looking forward to getting to spend some time with him. If you guys aren't familiar with Vince, then I hope that it allows you to become more familiar with him because he is a really great guy. We call it a dark horse. He's somebody to watch out for. And I am really looking forward to spending some more time with him. Would love to see you interview Vince. Yeah, we'll be doing it. We also talked about maybe doing a day in the life. So I don't know. I got to talk to him a little bit more and see what exactly he's comfortable with. I want this to be whatever he wants. For the most part, I'm pretty much willing to do. So I want it to be an opportunity for him as much as it is me, if that makes sense. So maybe we talked about maybe doing like a day in the life where I follow him around for a day in his life. He does have a fight coming up in August that he has booked. He is in training right now. He's been working pretty hard. So we'll see. That could be super exciting. And of course, if you're watching this, even if you watch it after the live, if there's anybody else here in Vegas that you are like, I want Sarah to meet up with this person so bad, I want them to interview this person. If they're here in Vegas, like, let me know. And I would try and do it. For me, I'm just excited to meet everyone. So I don't have very specific people in mind, but if you did, I would try for you. The lightweight division needs to be on the lookout for Islam. I'm not trying to say his last name. He needs a top 10 matchup. Yeah, he's a serious problem also. He really is, guys. Okay, that's a lot of MMA talk. I wasn't planning on only talking about MMA, but I don't mind. Gio's here. That reminded me, I put on my thing, I was going to talk about Handmaid's Tale too. Does anybody else in the chat watch Handmaid's Tale? I don't want to give any spoilers. I really don't want to give you spoilers, but I'm completely caught up. I'm completely obsessed. I have been watching it for a few years now. Obviously, the new season just came out. I rewatched season 3 kind of to give myself a refresher on it, and I am completely obsessed with it, and that's all I want to talk about. So does anybody else watch? If probably not. You're like, no, nobody wants to talk about that. If you guys want to keep talking about MMA, we can, or anything else. Bring something else up. Let's see. Gio says, I agree. Break your chains. Islam will be the next dominant champ. Yeah. Let me look him up real quick. He doesn't have anything booked either, right? Guys, somebody tell me, is this the one that they're having people, is Islam, are they having a hard time booking him fights? Am I thinking of this one? Is this the right one? I'm getting them all mixed up. How do you keep them all straight? Is this the one that nobody wants to fight because he's that dominant? Somebody tell me. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that might be it for me. Just a quick pop on just to hang out and see what was up. Nobody else wants to talk about anything else. I'm sitting in this garage. I'll tell you this about Vegas. It is hot as already, okay? I'm sitting in this garage on my little leather futon in a pair of shorts, and there is just sweat, like a pool of sweat under me. It's so disgusting. It is getting hot out here. And I've been on for about half an hour now. I'm ready to go inside, cool off. But yeah, thanks so much for hopping on with me. I'm going to try and keep doing this more often. Hopefully I'll have more stuff to talk about. Actually, I knew I missed a comment. Alex was here. He said, look at you all looking all fancy with your hair did. Thanks, Alex. Sorry I missed your comment earlier. Thank you for hopping on and saying hi. This is my easy hairdo when I don't actually feel like doing my hair. So I appreciate you saying that. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off and cool off here for a little bit. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes and just listen to me ramble. That's all. I'll see you next time. Bye.